Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the InfoWars Nightly News. I'm your host, Aaron Dykes. Today is Wednesday, August 29th, 2012.
Tonight on the InfoWars Nightly News, Aaron Dykes speaks with activist Derek Rose about his recent run-in with the TSA in Tampa. Plus, MeR1.com's Kalen Ackerman talks about his anti-globalist artwork. Then, the exploitation of Hurricane Isaac, all in the name of expanding the police state. All that and more coming up on the InfoWars Nightly News.
We have breaking news tonight as Hurricane Isaac, which has now been downgraded to a tropical storm, has indeed caused massive flooding in Louisiana, not in the concentrated New Orleans area, but about an hour or so outside of that area in the Plaquemines Parish. We've been in touch with our source, Charles, in Louisiana, and we have a number of updated news items for you. They are planning to evacuate the area, and we've been told that the 8-foot levee has definitely been overwhelmed by water, and our reports from Charles in Louisiana indicate the levee itself may have broken, and furthermore, the authorities are considering breaching the levee on purpose to try to divert the water and end the flooding that is going on in that area. Now, apparently, this levee was never improved after Hurricane Katrina because it was so far outside of the main New Orleans area, thus it never got the improvements, but it is certainly taking a serious blow now. Now, our source in New Orleans, in the New Orleans area, that is still in the midst of that hurricane/tropical storm. That's going to be ongoing for another 18 to 24 hours. So we're going to get further updates from Charles in Louisiana if he still has phone service. They had difficulty getting that phone service earlier. They've been trying to reach our office and give us details about the dusk curfew that has been set, not only in the Plaquemines Parish area, not only in New Orleans, but all the way up to the Baton Rouge area, which is well north into the heart of Louisiana, and basically all the areas in between. And police in particular have been emphasizing in their media reports that they're going to keep law and order. Now, we know what happened last time. There was gun confiscation, even in the areas that weren't flooded, and we really hope that's not what they have in mind again. However, this is another situation where they're using any emergency pretext at all to roll in National Guard and other troops. They're going to blur the line once again of Posse Comitatus until everyone is acclimated to this occupation inside our country, the former Republic of the United States. Despite the fact that Isaac is a Category 1 hurricane, Kurt Nimmo writes in his article, New Orleans Mayor Mitch Landrieu said the city had dodged a bullet and the Army National Guard had dispatched thousands of troops to Louisiana. Now, Governor Bobby Jindal has basically earmarked 8,000 troops for a 180-day period, and they have another 35,000 troops and plenty of aircraft standing by to occupy that zone. And again, Charles in Louisiana went down during Hurricane Katrina back in 2005 as a volunteer, as did so many other good people in that community. They've been told this time, you will stay in your homes, you will be arrested if you go out after dusk because there's a curfew blanketing all of the Louisiana area. They've been told they don't want ordinary volunteers, they just want police and military and other so-called officials. Now, what's disgusting here is how communities used to help each other when there was natural disasters. But now we have learned to accept the big federal government-driven control, even though they've only proven time and time again they bungle the situation, they respond late, and they cause people to be hurt, killed, robbed from, stealed. They're not helping. They're preventing people from helping, again, by design. And once again, they did confiscate guns in Hurricane Katrina. So we're going to sound the alarm here again, not to confiscate the guns. Troops, whether you're National Guard or other divisions, do not obey orders to confiscate America's weapons, which is protected under the Second Amendment of the Bill of Rights. Of course, the Oath Keepers have been trying to get that message out to as many military personnel as possible, and we hope they hear this call as well. But once again, we have this breaking news that they are preparing to evacuate in that New Orleans area. And I would just add, too, that Charles in Louisiana, I just got off the phone with him a few minutes ago, pointed out that they were beginning to lock down the city, issue the curfew orders, and tell people not to even go out on the streets. There's no gas, there's no food available. All this happened when there wasn't even rain, before there was ever strong winds. This was a pre-planned event, so we're going to see how it plays out, but they have certainly worked against the best interests of the American people before.